Good evening, everyone. How are you today? Good evening, good evening, good evening. It feels good to have you all here today. How was your day? Happy Sunday. So I'd like to know what you do and where you're watching me from. Quickly tell me what you do and where you are watching me from. I hope you had a great day today. So tell me where you're watching me from and what you do. Let's do that quickly. Where are you watching me from and what do you do? While we are waiting for others, let's get engaged. Where are you watching me from? Which part of Nigeria are you watching me from? And what do you do? Your profession, okay? Umar says I'm watching from Yola. Interesting. Ibrahim says I'm a trader from Lagos State, a banker from Abuja. I live in Lagos. Interesting. Another says, I'm from Nigeria, a farmer. Which part of Nigeria? It's interesting to have a farmer on the show this evening. Welcome. A journalist from Adamawa, a banker from Lagos, a teacher and a hairstylist from Nigeria, Lagos. Interesting. I'm an early years educator. Somebody is saying no sound. I can't hear you. If you cannot hear me, it's either you haven't activated your audio. Please activate your audio so you can hear me. From Ikorodu, from Ibadan, an entrepreneur. Yes, that word is entrepreneur, not entrepreneur. A radio presenter from Abeokuta, Akwa Ibom, Ibadan, Ibarapa. Where is Ibarapa? A data analyst, a piggery farmer from Lagos. Interesting. Nice to meet you. I'm a civil servant, a okay, an HR manager, a graphic designer, a student and fashion entrepreneur. Okay, interesting. A teacher from Nasarawa. Okay, in another 2 minutes, I'll kickstart. So if you've not told me where you're watching from, you have another 2 minutes to let me know. A makeup artist from Lagos, Anthony, a fashion designer from PH. I'm a sales expert from Lagos, a customer service executive. Nice to meet all of you. A businessman from Abuja, a teacher from Ibadan, a teacher from Oyo, a business person from Benin City. I love the energy in the room. Keep it on, keep it on. A realtor from Lagos, Mabis Gold Homes. Interesting. Nice to meet you. I'm a teacher. I am building engineer from Lagos, a teacher from Ikorodu, Khadija Musa from Agungun. Nice to meet all of you. In another 1 hour, 1 minute, I will kickstart. If you're here and you've not told me where you're joining me from, please do. And I believe you can see my face and then my slide as well. Somebody said, Diction Queen, turn off all participant video and audio, please. I'm the only one talking. I wonder the voice you're hearing. All participants' voice are off. Their videos are on, of course. If they like to turn on their videos, fine. But all voices are off. So I believe you can only hear my voice. I can hear anyone's voice as well. Okay. I'm from Ibadan, Oyo State. Patience from Jos. I'm a teacher from Kongi, Ondo State. I'm a student, a fashion designer from Anambra. It's interesting. Sim, we have people from the 36 states in Nigeria. Okay, and even the FCT. I can read some people are from Abuja. Interesting. Okay, it's really nice to meet you. Please confirm if you can see my face and you can see my slide. You need to see my face, you need to see my slide. Because tonight we are talking about something that is very important when it comes to mouth positioning and manner of articulation. So I'm waiting to get feedback from you if you can see my slide. I have my face on my slide. Let me know if you can see. Okay, Techno says, I can see both. Damilola says, yes. Okay, yes, slide as well. Okay, interesting. Okay, I appreciate everyone's feedback. So let's get into it. So I welcome all of you to the Elevate Your Diction webinar. And quickly, I would like you to make sure you have a book, you have a pen, and you have water. Quickly, if you don't have it, you need to quickly get that. Get a book for jotting, a pen, pencil, anyone you have, and water. That would help you to stay hydrated. And this evening, my goal is simple. It is to share with you a 3-step formula that will enhance your diction. Let's start by understanding what diction is. Diction is your ability to speak a language clearly and correctly. Any language at all. Yoruba language, Igbo language, Hausa language, French, Arabic. You being able to speak such language the way it should be spoken without sounding fake, sounding foreign, but saying it the way it should be. That is what diction is. And that is why we will focus tonight on fluency and naturalness. My objective is not for you to sound fake or sound robotic, but to sound you, to remain authentic, to remain yourself while speaking the English language correctly, the way it should be spoken. So tonight I will share with you a 3-step formula that would help you achieve that. And of course, if you stay until the end, you would get the exact system that I used from being a mumbler to being someone who is constantly heard and understood anytime I speak in any room. So I would wait a second again to be sure you have got your pen, you have got your book, and of course, you have got water. If you have biscuits, popcorn, do not mind, have them. And listen attentively while you watch my mouth. Very important. You must see what my mouth is doing. So I need you to consider this scenario. Consider what would happen if you were paid more money for something just because of how you sound. Consider what would happen if you landed a dream job without submitting CV or going for an interview simply because of how you sound. Or consider that your clients and your students fall in love with you because you speak so flawlessly and rhythmically in your Nigerian accent. I understand that some of us might not believe this. I never believed it as well until I experienced it. Years ago, I was not this fluent when speaking. I was a mumbler. In fact, I would rather keep my ideas to myself instead of speaking out because people would laugh at me. That was over 7 years ago. Until I took it upon myself in 2018 to work on myself. And here I am. And I can tell you that since I became committed to speaking better, I have experienced all of what I have mentioned. Let me share a short story with you that happened a few years ago. I went to visit a friend who at a time was working as a newscaster in one of your favorite TV station. I got to her office, we got talking, and someone walked in the room and asked, would I like to be on TV to read the news? Of course, I would love it, but it's not something I want to because I love freedom. And that was how I got a position to be on the TV without asking for it, just because of how I sound. If you're familiar with newscasters, journalists, you would realize that there's a way they must talk or there's a way they must speak for them to be a grounded one. And because I got it, I got that offer on a platter. Of course, I didn't get to work with it because I knew what I wanted. And then fast forward to 2019, when I met a lady called Esther. I worked with her on her communication skill. At the time when I met Esther, Esther was working as a teacher in Lekki. So we worked together on helping her speak better. It was towards the end of her program, I realized she was a graduate of mass communication. She had always wanted to be on TV, but she never got the opportunity. So all I did was gave her that opportunity I got. But why was I able to give it to Esther? It was because she had that same thing they needed from me. She had undergone diction skills, diction training, and she had not just learned, she has mastered it. So why am I sharing Esther's story with you this evening? Two reasons. The same thing that I shared with Esther, the same thing that I used for myself to become a better speaker was the same thing I shared with Esther to become a better speaker. That is the same thing I'm sharing with you tonight. But apart from learning this skill, there's something else you must do, which is what I want you to learn from Esther. When you learn, when it comes to communication, when you learn, what a lot of people do is they learn and then they sit back waiting for magic. They just expect that the next time they open their mouth, they start to sound better. It doesn't work like that. You must be intentional about your learning, and you must be intentional about your practicing. So as we're learning together this evening, please practice along with me. How do you practice? First, you need to pay attention to my manner of articulation, what my mouth is doing as I pronounce each word. Try to mimic me. Try to position your mouth the way I have positioned my mouth. Now, when I say a word and I ask you to pronounce along, please pronounce along with me. Practice along. One thing about pronunciation is the more you do it, the better you become. The more you speak, the better you become, especially when you have the correct knowledge, the correct strategy. So please practice along with me. That was all Esther did. She learned and practiced. And in 6 weeks, Esther was able to speak better. And I could confidently ask her to put in for the same offer I was given at a platter. And she got it. Here is feedback from Esther. She sent this on Facebook in 2019. She said, I have to admit that the testimonial I got about my diction coach, Miss Bridget, my name is Olubukola RB, the B there stands for Bridget. Before we met, and my first impression about the training sessions exceeded my expectation. You can complete the other part. Then there's another feedback she sent on LinkedIn 2 years ago. That was in 2023. At the time I screenshotted this, it was on LinkedIn. You would see that it's the same name. Now, I want you to focus on the third paragraph where she said that, I want to spotlight that part. The third paragraph where she said that, while I waited for the media breakthrough, I attended various training sessions, one of which included the Diction Coach training, thanks to Olubukola R.B. Agbalaya, who mentioned an offer at Port TV. She finally connected me. Remember, the reason why I was able to connect her is because she has the skill they needed. And she was able to get that in just 6 weeks by doing what? Learning and practicing. So we're here tonight to learn. It's important that you don't just learn, practice along with me so that after this session, you'll get access to the replay and you can keep practicing. So I hope we are all ready to do that. I also understand that some of you might have previously attended diction trainings, yet you have not experienced desired improvement. I would say it is because you have not followed the proven formula. And what exactly is this proven formula? That is what I will be sharing with you. This formula will help enhance your diction, not just help you speak well, but you will be able to speak well anywhere that matters for profitability, such that you can change profession, you can ask for promotion, you can confidently showcase yourself anywhere you find yourself. And that formula is what I tagged Dick Claire. If you're still with me, type Dick Claire in the comments. Whether you're on YouTube or you're on Zoom, type Dick Claire. I like to state that this formula is my formula. I propounded it myself. It is not something you would find on Google or on an AI site, or you can't find it because I put this together myself. So I like to say that if you're going to use my formula anywhere, please make sure you give accolades to whom accolades is due. I deserve it because I got this from years of experience, years of learning, years of teaching, years of practicing and mastering. So my formula again is Dick Claire. Now each letter in this formula has its meaning. The D has its meaning, the I, the two C's, the L. Each letter has its meaning. And each meaning has its 3 steps. So it means that all the steps put together are about 24 steps. But tonight we're going to focus on the first letter, which is the D, and its steps. The first letter, D, in my declare, and its steps. So what is the meaning of D? My D stands for Diction Fundamental. Please do not write on my screen so we don't have too many information. Okay, let me try and see if there's a way I can make it that no one will be able to write on it. Disable annotation. Okay. So the D in my declare formula stands for Diction Fundamental. Now look at this word. The word fundamental. As Nigerians, a lot of people pronounce it as fundamental. They say tal. Please do not say that. Take note. When we are pronouncing words that end in suffix al, what is a suffix? A suffix is a group of letters that is added at the end of a word. When you add a letter to the end of a word, we call that suffix. So I can have the word fundament, but when I add al to it, it becomes fundamental. Now, when you add a and l to the end of a word, the letter A is expected to not be pronounced. So the letter A before the L, you're expected not to pronounce it. You're expected to assume. Note that word, assume, not assume. To assume. I expect that as I highlight these words, you say them after me. Assume. So the letter A in this word is assumed to be silent. The A is not saying anything. So when I pronounce this word, I get to fundamental. T. I will pronounce the T and I will pronounce the L, but I will not pronounce the A sound. So it is not T, al, tal. It is not fundamental. No, that is wrong. It is fundamental t that ends in suffix al. Let's consider the word national. National. So I would not say national. The A before the L is assumed to be silent. National. Let's take the word total. So I would not say total. The A before the L is assumed to be silent. I will say total. I would not say numeral. The A before the L is assumed to be silent. I would say numeral, and so many other words. So my D in my formula stands for diction fundamental, not diction fundamental. And like I stated, each of these letters have 3-step formula. So my diction fundamental has its 3-step formulas. And what are these three-step formula for the D? The first step is what I call clariculation. Clariculation. What do I mean by clariculation? For you to speak a language well, for you to speak English well, you must clearly articulate the way you are a person. And you are trying to when you speak English or you speak other languages. The way you pronounce the words will tell the people listening if you are the owner of the language or you are just learning, or perhaps you have learned and you have mastered how you pronounce the word. So to pronounce English words correctly, you must clearly articulate the words. How do you do that? How do you clearly articulate English words? It is quite simple. By understanding the sounds in the word. You'd agree with me that words are pronounced using sounds. For example, if I want to pronounce the word cats, I have to put my sound k, a, and t together to pronounce the word cat. K, a, t. All these sounds must be together for me to be able to say my word correctly. K, a, t, cat. But if I cannot say k, a, t, cat correctly, then it means that I will not pronounce my word well. So I must be able to clearly articulate my sounds, the sounds that make up the word. Let's consider a few words. The first word, angry. Angry. The word is right here. A-N-G-R-Y. Angry. To articulate this word, the sound, the first sound in that word, you're expected to pronounce it by opening your mouth wide enough. Not angry. Make sure your mouth is wide open. Now, when we have letter G after letter N sound changes. Naturally, letter N is expected to sound in English. But when there is a G after the N, the sound changes. It becomes this sound. I believe you can see the symbol. To articulate the N and G sound properly, make sure that the air coming through your lung is going to your nose. And make sure that you're not clicking the G sound. Watch my mouth. Angry. So it's not angry. It is not angry. It is angry. The man is angry. That is the first word. Now, there's another word beside it that Nigerians tend to pronounce the same way. And just to say angry, hungry. No. This is not hungry. When you need to eat, the right pronunciation of that word is not hungry. First, there is an H in that word. The sound of the H must be heard. To pronounce the H, you need to take a deep breath. Then we have a U. Most times in English, letter U sounds and not o. Letter U hardly sound o. Most times it sounds . So in the word hungry, letter U sounds . This is the symbol for the sound. Uh, 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 Then remember the G after the N. When you have a G after the N, it sounds . So together I have hungry, hungry. It is different from angry. What is the difference? Can you really hear the difference? Let me expatiate the difference again. The one that means you're mad at something, you need to open your mouth wide. There is no H sound there, so do not take a deep breath. Simply say angry. The one with the H, make sure the H sound is heard. Don't open your mouth wide because you have a U there and not a A. So you go hungry. Let's make a sentence with these two words, angry and hungry. We have the hungry man is angry. Can you see my tongue outside? I didn't say the, I said the. Hungry, the H must be heard. Don't open your mouth wide. The hungry man is angry. Open your mouth wide when you get to the last word. I believe you're practicing with me. Now let's go to the next set of words. I have cheap and sheep. Somebody says, I can't hear you clearly. If you cannot hear me clearly, you might need to use a headset, or you could join via YouTube. So the first word, cheap. The word has CH in it. Then the second word, sheep. It has SH. My dad would usually struggle with CH words and SH words. If you're like him, you need to pay attention at this point. When you have C and H in a word, you are expected to put your teeth together and release the air, the sound that the air is making, release it suddenly, like this, ch, ch. The tip of your tongue gets to touch the upper part of your teeth. Ch, ch, ch. The strategy here, or should I say the secret here, is to release the sound suddenly. And then we have the second word, sheep. For sheep, you need to release the sound slowly. So this is what happens when you're trying to pronounce words with CH, and then you end up saying the SH sound. That is because you're not fast enough. To pronounce CH words correctly, you need to be fast. Put your teeth together, release the sound suddenly, fast, immediately. Ch. The moment you slow down as you try to release the sound, you will end up saying the SH sound. So what happens? If I were you, if I realized that I usually mispronounce my CH words and my SH words, the first thing you want to start to do is when you're speaking and you are moving close to pronouncing words with CH or SH, the first thing you want to do is to slow down. Don't be in a hurry to pronounce such words. Words that you realize that you make mistakes with, don't always be in a hurry to pronounce them. Slow down when pronouncing them. Be in a relaxed situation. The second thing is to position your mouth, position your speech organ to the correct way of saying that sound. So the CH sound again. As you want to say it, position your teeth, your lips to correctly say the sound, and remember to release the sound immediately. Ch. For SH, slowly release the sound. Cheap, sheep. The sheep is cheap. The sheep. Don't be in a hurry to release the SH sound. The sheep is cheap. When you get to the CH word, hurriedly release the sound. That's the trick there. Now let's go to the last two words I have. I have bird and bed. As Nigerians, we tend to pronounce these words the same way. We pronounce both as bed, bed. The bed is on the bed. No, it's not so. Now take note, when you have letter R, I didn't say aru, I said R. When you have letter R after a vowel letter, the word B-I-R-D. Letter R is after vowel letter I. So most times when we have letter R after a vowel letter in the same syllable, take note of that part. If they are in the same syllable, for example, the word bird has one syllable. So the I and the R are in the same syllable. So if such happens, the letter R makes the vowel letter to start to make a long sound. So it means that henceforth, if I were you, when I want to pronounce word, maybe I'm reading or I'm speaking, once I know that there is letter R in this word, and the letter R is beside a vowel letter, and they are in the same syllable. Let's take another example. Let's take the word carrot. Carrot has two syllables, ka and rut. The first syllable is car. It is spelled C-A-R. In that syllable, you have letter R after letter A. Letter R is after vowel letter A. Because of that, the letter R will make vowel letter A to make a long sound. Carrot. It is not carrot. Carrot. When somebody says carrot and the other person says carrot, you realize that the pronunciation is better without the other person necessarily changing his voice or twisting his tongue or sounding fake. That is why diction is not about sounding fake. It's about correctly pronouncing your words. Now let's go back to the word bird. Because of the letter R that we have after the letter I, the letter I and R will make a longer sound. Let's identify that sound on the chart. This is the sound I and R will make. This sound right here, the one that looks like number 3 with a 2 dot. So when I want to pronounce that word, I have to go bird and not bed. Americans will go bird. You hear the R sound, bird. British will go bird, bird. So let's consider a few words that would always have letter R after their vowel. Remember, these are things that you must not forget as you pronounce words, as you speak with others. Little changes like this is what would make you to start speaking better than the diction point. The difference between someone who pronounces words wrongly and someone who pronounces his or her word correctly is just this little tweak here and there. They add something big. So look at this word here, C-A-T. There is no letter R in this word. So the word is cat. Once you add a R to the A, the word changes to cart. The A becomes a longer sound because of the R after it. Cat. The cat is in the cart. We also have 10, T-E-N. There is no letter R in that word. 10, it has a short sound. But once you add a R to it, T-E-R-N, it becomes turn. The next word I have bid, B-I-D, bid. Letter I is mostly articulated as A, bid. It is not bid. It's bid. Bid, B, A, D, bid. Then once you have a letter R after the I starts to make a longer sound and it becomes bird. Bird. Let's go through the words again. Watch my mouth and try to say the word, working on your mouth positioning as well. Cat. Cart. 10. Turn. Bed. Bird. Excuse me. Bird. And we have two sentences. The cat is in the cat. The bird is on the bed. The bird is on the bed. Please, if you're learning, let me know you are learning. If you're learning, let me know you're learning. So I'd like to state that our emphasis in today's lesson will be on the RP, that is received pronunciation. Received pronunciation is assumed to be the pronunciation used in British. But when we talk about pronunciation in British, there are different types of pronunciation used amongst the British people. We have Wales, we have Scottish, we have Ireland, among others. But then the one that is assumed to be what is used in their public schools and on BBC is called the King's English. It used to be the Queen's English when they had the Queen, but now it's a king. So it's now called the King's English. It can also be called the RP, received pronunciation. But then when I have words, when I'm pronouncing words that have other varieties of pronunciation, I would mention the American variation as well. So to help you to be able to pronounce these words correctly, some of you might be wondering, how is the Diction Queen able to quickly figure out all of these things? It is because I have mastered the IPA, and that is your duty. That is one of the things we'll be doing together tonight. You must master the IPA. What is IPA? The I in that word stands for international. Remember A and L words. It is not international. It is not international. It's not international. International. Phonetic. Alphabet. IPA. So this chart right here is the IPA chart. And on the IPA chart, we have 44 sounds. These 44 sounds are divided into consonant sounds and vowel sounds. If you look at the chart very well, you realize that some parts of the chart have the yellow background. Some parts have the ash background. The part with the yellow background contains the consonant sounds, while the part with the ash background contains the vowel sound. The consonant sounds are 24, while the vowel sounds are 20. Remember, these are sounds, they are not letters. So now let's consider learning these sounds one after the other. So it says, I'm really learning something new. I wait to take the sound drills. Learning but has a network issue. I'm learning. Remember not to start sentences with am. It should be I am learning instead of I'm learning. I appreciate everyone's feedback. So let's proceed. So the first sound that I have on the consonant part is the P sound. Remember, these are not letters. Very important. It is not letter P, it is P. Put your lips together and blow air. P, P, P. And you can have the P sound in words like penis. So it is not penis. The right pronunciation of that word is penis. Pencil. It is not pencil. Watch my mouth. It's not pencil. So you have to start to correct your children. If you're teachers, you have to start to correct your students. It is pencil. When we have words that ends with letter L, the tip of our tongue to touch the upper part of our lip. Pencil, sil. It's not pencil. We have purple, purple. It is not purple. We have letter R after letter U. I had said earlier, when we have letter R after a vowel, the vowel become longer. Purple. There is a L at the end of this word. The E is silent. You can't hear the sound of the E. So the last sound you would hear is the sound of the L. And because of that, the tip of your tongue should touch the upper part of your lips. Purple. Now the next sound we have is B. B. Put your lips together and release the sound as well. And you can have it in words such as biscuit. So it is not biscuit. It's biscuit. Basic. A lot of people pronounce this word as basic. They change the S to a Z. No, the S remains a S. Basic. Bath. Bath. Watch my mouth. The TH in that word, my tongue has to be outside. Bath. It is not bath. Bathe. Bathe. It has TH as well. Now you realize that BATH is not pronounced the same way as BATHE. BATH is bath. BATHE is bathe. They have different meanings as well. Bath is a noun. What you're doing. When you're in the bathroom, somebody's saying, what are you doing? I am taking my bath. Excuse me, I am taking a bath. You can never have my bath. There's nothing like my bath, your bath, their bath. It is a bath. The children are taking a bath. I am taking a bath. Or you can say I am having a bath. Why bathe is the verb. I am bathing. That is what you're doing. I am bathing. They are bathing. We are bathing. Have you bathed? We also have the word birthday. It's not by day. Birthday. Birthday. And then on social media, I see a lot of people when they want to congratulate someone whose birthday is past, you hear something like happy birthday in arrears. You cannot use arrears for birthday wishes. Arrears deals with money, right? So when you're wishing someone's birthday, someone had their birthday yesterday, and you're just wishing them today, it's already late, simply use the word belated. Belated birthday wishes. It means that I understand that you had your birthday yesterday. I'm sorry I'm sending it late. Belated birthday wishes, not happy birthday in arrears. No. The next sound we have is S. Put your teeth together and make the sound. T, t, t. I hope you're doing what I'm doing. You can have it in words like tortoise. Tortoise, not tortoise. Do not pronounce the word like my mom. My mom would say tortoise. It's tortoise. Turtle. In the word turtle, you have letter R after a vowel, so it should be long. Turtle. Trophy. It's not trophy. It's trophy. I got a trophy. not I got a trophy. I need a bottle of trophy, not I need a bottle of trophy. The next sound we have is D. D. You can have it in words like debts. Debts. The letter B in this word is silent. So when you owe someone, you don't say, I owe you a debt, or come and pay your debt. It can't pay your debts. Debts. The B should not be said. And then you have death. Death. There is TH in this word. Your tongue should be outside. The first one has no TH. Your tongue should be inside. Deaths. The second word has T and H. Your tongue should be outside. Death. December. December. Not December. December. The C sounds like a S. December. And the last word, deposit. It is not deposit. 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 If you have questions, you can just write your questions in your notepad. When it's time for questions, you would ask, so that we don't keep going here and there. So the sound again is t, t, t. Your tongue is inside, it's not outside. Tortoise, turtle, trophy. Now the next sound we have, this is the symbol for CH sound. I'd explained how to articulate CH sound earlier. Put your teeth together and release the sound suddenly. Ch, ch. You can have it in words like cheap, much, question. Sometimes when we have letter S before TION, the TI will sound like CH. Question. So it's not question, it is question. It seems like there is a CH in that word. Question. Ch, ch, ch. I have a question. I have answered your question. You don't have to sound fake. Just pronounce your words correctly. The next sound we have is J. 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 And you can have it in words like judge. July. It's not July, it's July. My birthday is in July, not July. January. A lot of people pronounce this month as January. It is not January. There is no air there. It is January. January. Don't say January. January. January was a good month for me. And then we have the word jelly. Jelly. The next consonant sound I have is K. K. You can have it in words like kudos. It's not kudos. It's kudos. Kudos. Cucumber. Don't say cucumber. Say cucumber. Cucumber. Carpet. It is not carpet. Say carpet. Sit on the carpet. And then we have the word, the sound G. G. As in gurgle. As in Google and Google. Now let's take these sounds again. All these sounds that we have on this roll and their words. Please say after me. It's time to practice. Say after me. Do what my mouth is doing and say after me. P. Penis. Pencil. Purple. B. Biscuit. Basic. Bath. Bathe. Birthday. belated. Tortoise, turtle, trophy. Debt, death. December, deposit. Cheap, much. Question, judge. July, January, jelly. Kudos, cucumber. Carpet, gurgle. Google, goggle. Now let's move to the next set of consonant sounds. And the first sound we have is so it is not f, it is, and we have it in the word first. Remember again, when you have letter R after a vowel, the vowel will make a longer sound. First, feel, off, father. TH, your tongue should be outside. Fa. There's a long R sound there. Father. The next sound we have is the. 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 We can have it in words like verbatim. So it's not verbatim. It's verbatim. Vegetable. Vitamin. Of. Now take note of this word, OFF. It has two Fs. And because of that, it is pronounced off. The two Fs sounds like F, like one F. Off. Now look at this one, OF. It has one F. The F here is sounding like a V. Of. Of. So there's a difference between off and of. They are not the same. The next two sounds that we have are the TH sounds. The first TH sound, which is this, is called the voiceless TH sound. You need to put your tongue in between your teeth like this. And then you blow air. Make sure your tongue is in between your teeth, not behind your teeth. You can have it in words like think, think, anthem, anthem, bath, cloth. It sounds like a T, but then your tongue is in between your teeth and you blow air. If your tongue is not in between your teeth, you would end up saying the T sound. But remember, it is not the T sound. It is the TH sound. So henceforth, when you have words ending in TH, you want to make sure that your tongue is, it could be ending in TH, it could be in the middle, it could be at the beginning. Just make sure that your tongue is in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth. Now let's go to the voiced TH sound. This is the voiced TH sound. To articulate this, make sure that your tongue is also in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth. And then you make vibration like this. The. This is sounding like a D, but make sure your tongue is in between your teeth. Make sure your tongue is stuck outside. So you can have it in words like them, smooth, bathe, clothe. Now you realize that as a Nigerian, sometimes when we have TH in the word, we articulate it like a T. We say think. What are you thinking? We say anthem. Those words that have TH in them, and you articulate like a T. Henceforth, you want to articulate them with the voiceless TH. How do you articulate the voiceless TH again? Put your tongue in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth and blow air. While those TH words that you usually articulate like a D, and every Nigerian will say them, they act as if it's a D that is in the word. They say smoothie. They say bathed, clothed. No. For such words, you use the voiced TH. How do you pronounce the voiced TH? Put your tongue in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth and make vibration. Them instead of them. I believe you can hear the difference. Remember, we are learning clariculation. What helps you to articulate your words clearly is how you position your speech organs. Where your tongue is meant to be outside, make sure it is outside. Where you're supposed to open your mouth wide, open it wide. Where you're supposed to put your lips together and release the sound together, release the sound so that you do that. You must identify all of these sounds with their manner of articulation. Very important. So that when you see them, whether during conversation or when you're reading, you can take your time to produce them well. And that alone would aid your pronunciation without changing your voice, without sounding fake, or without sounding robotic. Okay, so now you need to know that sometimes T and H would not be articulated as any of these sounds. We call them exceptions. Exception is when you know that T and H is supposed to be articulated with your tongue outside. But there are some T and H words that you do not need to put your tongue outside. Those kind of words are called exceptions. They do not follow the rules. Example of such words, we have time. Time, when you spell time, it has TH. But then the H in time is silent. So when we want to pronounce it, we just pronounce it like a T, time, without your tongue outside. Another example is Anthony. The H in Anthony is also silent. So we pronounce the T like a T because the H is not there again. Anthony. Don't put your tongue outside. We also have the word Esther. Don't put your tongue outside. There are lots of other words like that, but I'll restrict to those three. So please say after me, think. Your tongue should be outside. Anthem, your tongue should be outside. Bath, your tongue should be outside. Cloth, your tongue should be outside. Them, your tongue should be outside. Smooth, your tongue should be outside and make vibration. Bathe, clothe. Now let's go to the TH words that your tongue should not be outside because the H in those words are silent. Time, my tongue is inside. Anthony, my tongue is inside. Esther, my tongue is inside. Please, if you understand this clearly, please let me know before I move to the next what's it called? If you understand this clearly, please let me know before I move to the next. Like I said, you can hold on for your questions until question time. I cannot attend to questions now. It pulls me back. So you can write your questions somewhere. When it's question time, I will attend to your questions. Okay, so let's go. I want to assume it's clear. Understood, understood. Somebody said, hope you are helping us to record. I have said that like 3 times already. The replay will be sent to the group. The next sound is S. We can have it in words like see, Sam. It's not some, it's sa. The R sound we learned in Hungary. You do not open your mouth well. This is a symbol here. Some of us, not some of us. Base, not base. The S remains a S. Don't change it to a Z. Loose. The S remains a S. Don't change it to a Z. Rice. December. All of these words have the sound. Then we have Z, 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 Z. We have it in zip, zip. Zoo, rise. So look at the word R-I-C-E, rise. The C sounds like a S. R-I-Z, R-I-S-E. The S here sounds like a Z. Rise. So you have rice and you have rise. We also have loose and lose. L-O-O-S-E. The S sounds like a S. L-O-S-E. The S sounds like a Z. Loose. Lose. The next sound we have is sh. Remember, put your teeth together and release the sound slowly. Sh. You have it in sheep. Wash. Now, sometimes when we have CH in a word, the CH will sound like SH, especially if the word has French origin. There are some words that are not originally owned by the English people. They borrowed them from other languages. So some words that are borrowed from French language, that when you spell them, they have CH in them. When you pronounce them, you're expected to pronounce them like SH. For example, the word chef. A person who cooks in the kitchen is a chef. The CH in the word is pronounced like SH. Chef. Another is chevron. It is not chevron. The CH there should be sounded as SH. Chevron. We also have the word creche. The CH in the word should be sounded as SH. Creche. I hope you don't say crochet. Cash. The CH in the word should be sounded as SH. Chef. Chevron. Creche. Kosh. She. Wash. Chef. Chevron. Creche. Kosh. Now the last sound we have on this roll is j, 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 j. And you can have it in words like Peugeot. The word is not Peugeot, it is Peugeot. My dad owned a Peugeot car, not a Peugeot. Peugeot. The T is silent. We also have the j sound. Vision. Talking about the word, when you have a word that has a vowel letter or letter R before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N will sound jeune. Let me go over that again. In Nigeria, all words ending in S-I-O-N, we tend to pronounce them as Sean, television, mission, all those words, okay, Sean. Once a word ends in S-I-O-N, you would naturally pronounce it as Sean, Sean, Sean. That is not correct. That is not correct. When a word ends in S-I-O-N, it can be pronounced differently. It can be pronounced in different ways. One of the ways it is pronounced is the shun sound. Another way is the jeune sound. So let's talk about how to identify when S-I-O-N words should be pronounced as jeune. When you have a word that ends in S-I-O-N. If you have a vowel letter before the S-I-O-N, or you have letter R before S-I-O-N, then S-I-O-N will be pronounced jeune. Jeune. Let me take that again. Please listen. When you have a vowel letter, letter A, letter E, letter I, letter O, letter U, these are vowel letters. When you have any of these vowel letters, or you have letter R, this is letter R here. I mentioned earlier that it is not Aru, it's R. Before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N will sound jeune. Please let me know if that is clear before I go to the second rule. Let me know if this is clear before I move to the second rule. Again, if you have a vowel letter or letter R before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N will sound jeune. Thank you, Adejoke. Thank you, please. So I'll proceed. So if I have the word vision, if you look at the spelling of the word vision, I have letter I before S-I-O-N. Because of that, the S-I-O-N in that word will sound jeune. Vision. My vision is clear. If I have the word excursion, I have letter R before S-I-O-N. Because of that, I would say that my S-I-O-N in excursion is sounding jeune. Excursion. Clear as well. Now let's go to the second rule. Now the second rule states that if you have any other letter, remember there are 26 letters, A, E, I, O, U, and all other letters. If you now add any other letter before S-I-O-N, any other letter apart from letter A, apart from letter E, apart from letter I, apart from letter O, apart from letter U, apart from letter R, if you have any other letter apart from these 6 letters before S-I-O-N, then S-I-O-N should sound shun. The common one we know in Nigeria, shun. So if I have the word mission, the word mission, I have letter S before my S-I-O-N. So because I have letter S before my S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N should sound shun, mission. Commission, I also have letter S before S-I-O-N. Because I have letter S before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N should also sound shun, commission. So henceforth, when you see words ending in S-I-O-N, before you rush to pronouncing it as shon, first identify what letter do I have before the S-I-O-N. Is it a vowel letter? Is it letter R? If it is a vowel letter or letter R, I should pronounce it as jeune, jeune. But if it is any other letter, then I'm free to pronounce it as shun, shun, shun. It's not shon, it's shun, 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 shun. I want to believe this is absolutely clear. So let's go over all of these sounds on this roll again with that word examples. Then we take the last set of consonant sounds. So please say after me. Remember to watch my mouth. Try to mimic what my mouth is doing. Articulate the sound along and the words. If you have questions, note it somewhere. When it's question time, you can ask your question. So let's proceed. First, feel of father. Verbatim. Vegetable. It's not vegetable. Vegetable. Vitamin. It's not vitamin. Vitamin. Oh, excuse me. The TH sound. Your tongue should be outside. Think. Anthem. Bath, cloth. The second TH sound, the voice TH sound, them, smooth, bathe, clothe. Now remember I said that sometimes you would have TH in a word, but the H will be silent. When such happens, do not put your tongue outside. We can have word examples like, your tongue should not be outside. Anthony, your tongue should not be outside. Esther, your tongue should not be outside. The next sound, C, Sam. It's not some. Sam. Base, lose, rise, December. Excuse me. Zip, zoo, rise, lose. The SH symbol, sh, sheep, wash. Remember, sometimes CH would sound like SH. So you have words like chef, chevron, crash, cash. And the last sound here is j. You can have it in words like Peugeot, vision, excursion. Remember, when you have a vowel letter or a letter R before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N will sound jeune. Now let's move to the last set of consonant sounds. And the first sound is mm. We can have it in words like machete, not machete. Machete, machete. The CH in machete sounds as SH. Machete, it has 3 syllables, not machete. Meme, not meme. She loves to post WhatsApp meme, not meme. Marijuana, not marijuana. Marijuana. Mother. There is T and H in mother. So your tongue should be outside. Mother. My mother is sleeping. And then you have murder. Murder. There is no TH in that word. But if you look closely, we have letter R after letter U. Remember, when you have letter R after a vowel, the word should be pronounced longer. Murder. Murder. So there's a difference between mother and murder. She murdered her mother. Both words are not pronounced the same way. Murder, mother. The next sound I have is mm. Mm. You can have it in words like niche. In the word niche, the CH sounds like SH. Remember, we have talked about words that have CH, but then you should pronounce the CH like SH. So we have niche. We have Nigeria. It's not Nigeria, it's J. Nigeria, Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I am a Nigerian. Nigeria, Nigeria. We still have the word nurse. The word nurse, you have letter R after letter U. So letter U will make a longer sound. Nurse. It's not ness. It is nurse. And then you have the N and G sound. We have learned this sound earlier. The sound is Make sure the air is going through your nose. As in tongue. It's not tongue. There's no good there. Tongue. It's not king. The G sound should not be heard. King. Song. Don't say song. Say song. Bank. Don't say bank. Bank. The next sound we have is the sound of H. We have learned about the sound of H as well. Take a deep breath. You can have it in words like house. The H must be heard. Hesitate. The H must be heard. Hostile. The H must be heard. Hyperbole. The H must be heard. When you have a word that is spelled with letter H, make sure that you identify if the H is silent or not. If the H is silent, then you don't have to pronounce the H. But if the H is not silent, then you must pronounce the H. How do you pronounce the H? By taking a deep breath. A lot of people will say, this is my house. There's nothing like house. It is house. The sound must be heard. The H must be heard. Don't hesitate to learn. It is not don't hesitate to learn. The H must be heard. Hesitate. Now, sometimes we can also have words that have letter H in their spelling, but the letter H is silent. For example, the word H-E-I-R. The H in this word is silent. So when you're pronouncing this word, we expect that you don't pronounce the H. Just go air without the H. Air. Don't pronounce the H. Honest. In the word honest, the H is silent as well. So don't pronounce the H. Simply say honest. Honest. Another example is honor. Honor. The H in honor is silent. We should not hear the sound of the H. So when you have letter H in a word, the first thing is to identify, is the H silent or not? If the H is silent, don't pronounce the H. If the H is not silent, you must pronounce the H. Now, there are some people that when they are pronouncing words that start with vowels, you hear them add H to it. This is something like head, apple, ice cream. That is not correct. Please, when you have words starting with vowel letters, do not add the H sound to it. It is absolutely wrong. Don't add the H sound to it. If you find yourself adding the H sound to words that start with vowels, all you should do is to hold your breath. If you realize that you can't help it, you're always adding H sound to words that start with vowels. All you have to do is to hold your breath. Apple, egg, ice cream. When you hold your breath, the H sound will not be heard. And then we have the L sound. L. We can have words like library, lettuce. It's not lettuce. Lettuce. Lieutenant. It's not lieutenant. Lieutenant. School. I had mentioned earlier that when you have words ending with letter L, make sure the tip of your tongue touches the upper part of your lip. School. Don't say school. ball. Also football. Say football. B to C. And then we have the R sound. Some people, when they want to pronounce the R sound, they end up saying the L sound. If you're one of them, I need you to listen well. The difference between the R and the L sound is still articulation. Remember, we're learning clear articulation, how you articulate it. To pronounce the R sound, the tip of your tongue needs to curl backward. It curl. I don't know if you can see. It should curl or like this. Oh, it should go backward. It curls backward. Unlike the L sound, unlike the L sound. For the L sound, the tip of your tongue touches the upper teeth. While for the R sound, the tip of your tongue should curl backward. If you cannot make your tongue curl backward, you would end up saying the L sound instead of the R sound. So if you're struggling to make the tip of your tongue curl backward, all you have to do is to keep trying, keep practicing. Keep trying to turn your lip backward. The more you try, the better you become at it. The more you try, the better you become at it. The more you try, the better you become at it. So you can have words like resource, resident, restaurant. It's not restaurant, restaurant. The next consonant sound we have here is w, w. We have it in words like woman, women. The plural of woman is women. Wednesday, not Wednesday, Wednesday. And lastly, we have the word y, as in yacht. It's not yacht. The C and H are silent. Yacht, yogurt, yellow, yacht, yogurt, yellow. So it is not you got. But some of you that love yogurt like me, if you love yogurt, let me see a thumbs up in the comments. I love yogurt a lot. Yogurt and ice cream, and then fruits. I love these combinations. If you love yogurt like me, let me see a thumbs up in the chat. I remember henceforth you say I need a yogurt, a bottle of yogurt, a bowl of yogurt, not yogurt. Yogurt. So let's go over these sounds again as we round off. Yes, I see you, Nelson. Good, thank you. I love yogurt too. Excuse me. I love yogurt a lot. Yeah, I see Etik, I see Peace, I see First Class. Who again? I see iPhone, I see Faith. Okay, I see Michael, I see a lot of people, okay? Good. I see Cheap Best, Patience, yeah. Thank you. We are all yogurt lovers. Okay, let's proceed. So let's go through the sounds again. The last set of consonant sounds. So we have the first, machete, meme, marijuana, mother, murder. The next, niche, Nigeria, nurse, tongue, king, song, bank, house, hesitate, hostile, hyperbole. Remember, sometimes you would have letter H in the word, but the H is silent. You can have it in words like air. Make sure we can hear the H. Honest, honor. I also explained that when you have words starting with vowels, do not add a H sound to it. Apple, egg. Ooh. Let the tip of your tongue touch the upper part of your teeth. Ooh. Library, lettuce, lieutenant, school, ball. And the R sound. Let the tip of your tongue curl backward. Resource, resident, restaurant. Woman, women, Wednesday. Yacht, yogurt, yellow. So remember again, our first step in the diction fundamental is clariculation. What helps you to have clariculation is to master your manner of articulation for each sound in English. And we have learned that there are 44 sounds. Right now, we have successfully learned 24 consonants. We still have the vowels. But now, before we talk about the vowels, let's go to the next step. Remember, we are talking about 3 steps. So let's go to the second step. The second step talks about pronunciation rules. There are lots of rules in pronunciation that you must learn to help you speak well without sounding fake or sounding robotic. And one of such rules is to identify the vowel length. While we're learning the consonant, I talked about the vowel length briefly. For example, I explained that when you have letter R after a vowel letter, most times the vowel letter becomes longer, right? So it means that in English language, let's go back to the IPA. When we consider the vowels, remember the vowels are the ones with the harsh background. The vowels are 20 in number, and they are divided into monophthongs and diphthongs. These are the monophthongs. These right here are the monophthongs. They are the ones with the light harsh background. Now, if you look at the monophthong properly, you realize that some of them have 2 dots, while some of them don't have 2 dots. The ones with 2 dots, they are called the long sound. The ones without 2 dots are called the short sound. What this means is when you have words with the long sound, you must make the word long. You pronounce the word longer. So for example, if I want to pronounce the word she, I must make it longer. She, because it has a long sound in it. This is a short sound. It doesn't have 2 dots. So any word that has this sound, I must pronounce it short. Ship. Same with all other sounds here. The ones with the long sounds, they should be pronounced long. The ones without the 2 dots, they are the short sounds. They should be pronounced short. Then let's move to the diphthongs. The diphthongs are the vowels that come in 2 pairs. They come in two symbols. To articulate the diphthong sounds properly, you must glide. To glide means to go slowly from the first sound to the second sound. When you have a word that has a diphthong sound in it, to articulate that word properly, you must glide. To glide means to say the sound slowly. You go from the first sound to the second sound. So for example, the first diphthong sound that we have here is articulated ear, ear, ear. It has 2 sounds. It has the e and the together, ear, ear, ear. So if I have such sound in a word, if I have a word like E-A-R, I would say my ear hurt. An average Nigerian will pronounce that word as yeah. My ear hurts. It's not yeah. It's ear. My ear hurt. Another example of the different sound is the sound A. This is the A symbol. A. The A sound is a combination of the and the E. So when I want to say this, I have to go slowly. A. I can have it in words like wait. So I will not say wait for me. I should say wait for me. Wait for me instead of wait for me. I would not say gay. I should say gay. Gay. It's a C. It's a C. So the different sounds are expected to be said with a glide. You go slowly from the first sound to the second sound. The monophthongs, some of them are long, while some of them are short. So the question would be, how do I identify when I have the long sounds or the short sounds or the glide sounds in words, so that when I see such words, I can go long or I go short or I glide? It's quite simple. The first way to do that, which seems to be the most accurate way, is to consult the dictionary. The dictionary would guide you on how a word is pronounced. So it helps you identify the words with the long sounds and the ones with the short sounds, and of course the ones with the glide sounds. But then not all of us have that time to always go through the dictionary when we want to speak or when we're preparing for a presentation. So I'm going to give few hints that would guide you. These are hints. It means that they might not always be accurate, but they would help you. Now, when you have a word that has a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant, we call them CVC word. If a word is a combination of a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant, just like the word can. Letter C is a consonant. Letter A is a vowel. Letter N is a consonant. So we have consonant, vowel, consonant. When we have such combination, the vowel in that word most times will make a short sound. Can. Another example is state. State. The letter I in that word will make a short sound. Sit. Now, sometimes when we have two vowel letters beside each other in a syllable, most times such vowel letters will make a long sound. So for example, the E and the A here put together will make a long sound. E, seat. Another example is the word please. We have the E and the A, two vowel letters beside each other. The E and the A will make a longer sound as well. Please. Remember, we have learned earlier that when you have letter R after a vowel letter, it would also make a longer sound. This is another instances where letters make longer sound. When you have two vowel letters beside each other, most times these two vowel letters will make longer sound. So if I want to read the sentence, where I have the short sound, I have to go short. I have to be smart with it. Where I have the long sound, I have to take my time and pronounce it long. And where I have the glide sound, I have to slow down. This would help me get a natural and flawless rhythm for my sentence. If you have listened well, you realize that English is a rhythmic language. It's like music. There should be a flow. It's not a flat language. It's not a language that you speak and you say, Can I sit on the seat, please? That sounds like a Nigerian English. That is not the nature of English. When you speak English, you're supposed to create a flow. You're supposed to create a rhythm, just like music. That is why when a native English speaker is pronouncing our local names, they go rhythmically. For example, you hear them say something like Bukolar when they're trying to pronounce my name. Instead of saying Bukola, they go Bukolar or Bukolar, something like that. That is because their own language is rhythmic. It must flow. Unlike our languages where we speak flat, our native languages are spoken flat, and that is why we also speak English flat. But because we are learning to speak better tonight, you need to start to make effort to not always sound flat. So one of the things that would help you to not always sound flat is to identify the length of the words that you're pronouncing. So how do I read this sentence? I would go, can I sit on the seat, please? Instead of, can I sit on the seat, please? Which is flat. I will go, can I sit? Can I? I here has a diphthong sound. So when I get to I need to slow down. Remember the diphthong sounds, those that come in two, and you need to go slowly. Can I sit? Sit as a short sound, so I have to be smart about it. It's not can I sit, no. Can I sit on the TH? My tongue should be outside. On the seat. Seat has a long sound, so I have to make it long. On the seat, please. Please also has a long sound. Can I sit on the seat, please? I want to believe it's clear. Let's practice together. Can I sit on the seat, please? Let's go faster. Can I sit on the seat, please? Good job. Now let's go to the second sentence. The first word, she, it has a longer sound. E, she. The next word, bought. Bought has two vowel letters together, so it has a longer sound. She bought the pot. Pot is a combination of consonant, vowel, consonant. Because of that, the vowel will be short. She bought the pot at the port. I have letter R after a vowel letter, so this should be a longer sound. She bought the pot at the port instead of she bought the pot at the port. So P-O-T and P-O-R-T are not pronounced the same way. They are not pot. It should be she bought the pot at the port. So vowel length. You must be able to identify words that have long vowels, words that have short vowels, and words that have glide vowels. If a word has short vowel, make sure you articulate it short. If it has long vowel, make sure you articulate it long. If it has a glide vowel, go slowly from the first sound to the second sound. Now, still on pronunciation rules, let's quickly talk about silent letters, and then we move to the last step. Silent letters. In English, when we spell a word, we do not pronounce all these letters sometimes. Sometimes you have a letter in a word, but when it comes to pronouncing, that letter must not be said. Such letters are called silent letters. You remain silent when saying them. Example, receipt. An average Nigerian will say receipt. No, the P in that word should not be heard. Receipt. It's not receipt. Muscle is not muscle. Sandwich is not sandwich. The D sound should not be pronounced. Sandwich. Island. It's not Eastland. The S is silent. Cupboard. The P is silent. It's not cupboard. Cupboard. Knife. Of course, I know you don't articulate the K. You don't say K knife. Or do you? Definitely. It's not definitely. Definitely. Thumb. The B should not be heard. Thumb. Put your tongue out because of the TH. Thumb. Answer. I know you don't say answer. Hour. This word is not it's hour. The H is silent. Hour. It's the 10th hour of the day, not hour of the day. Comfortable. Do not say comfortable. Comfortable. It's not comfort. There is no or there. Comfortable. Comfortable. Scissors. Doubt. Coat. The L is silent. Taste. Climb. The B is silent. So let's say it together. Say after me. Receipt. Muscle. Sandwich. Island. Cupboard. Knife. Definitely. Thumb. Answer. Hour. Comfortable. Scissors. Doubt. Could. Taste. Climb. Now, why are silent letters important? They are important because they help us to pronounce our words correctly. When we pronounce words with silent letters and we are articulating the letter that is silent, it gets to confuse our listeners. It gets to confuse the people listening to us. And in English, we have words with silent A, silent B, silent C, until silent Z. And I have an ebook for few people tonight. Few people, not everyone, please. The ebook contains how to identify words with silent letters, silent A words, silent B words, until silent Z words. This will definitely aid your pronunciations. Now, before we go to the last step, remember we're learning our 3-step. For the first letter in my formula, Declare. The first letter stands for Diction Fundamental. And we've learned the first and the second. Before I move to the 3rd step, right? I want you to tell me how the lesson is going. I want to read feedback from you. I want you to send your feedback to the WhatsApp group where you got the link to join the class. If you have questions, again, write your questions down. We'll get to question time very soon, in a few minutes, where I would have enough time to attend to all your questions. But now, do not leave the Zoom meeting. Do not leave the YouTube meeting. Simply go to the WhatsApp group. Just minimize. Go to the WhatsApp group where you got the link to join tonight's session and tell us how the class is going. Right? A lot of people are complaining that they cannot join and they are feeling bitter. Some of them are already in my inbox calling me scam and all. So I'd like you to give feedback to let them know the class is ongoing. Please give your feedback in the WhatsApp group, not on the Zoom session or on the YouTube session, so that they can know if the class was held as promised. Please, I would appreciate if you could do that for me in few seconds. I am waiting. I'm waiting for you. Please go to the WhatsApp group and let me know how the class is going. Share your experience. If it is worth your time, if it is worth your money, if it is worth your data, please let me know in the WhatsApp group. Just simply state how the class is going. If it is worth your time, if it is worth your data, let me know in the WhatsApp group. Can you do that for me? I await that. Please do that for me. I await that. I'll go to the WhatsApp group now to read your here on YouTube. You got the group where you got apologies, my network went off earlier. I just got back now. So I'm still waiting to read your feedback in the group. Let me know how the class is going. If it is worth your time, worth your energy, worth your data, let me know. Any of the group, just go to any of our groups and tell us how the class is going. Okay, I can see some of the feedback. Gift says, this is mind-blowing. This is one-on-one training. Thank you, Gift. Somebody says, the class is worth more than my money. Thank you. Another person said, nice section, but can we have a recorded video? I have said that several times that the recorded video will be sent. I am so grateful for the class. I really enjoyed it, especially the pronunciation practice. Thank you for the opportunity to attend. I enjoyed it, very interesting. The class is ongoing. It's definitely worth my data. The class is great, more than the amount paid. Thank you, ma'am. The class is really transformational. It's definitely worth it. It's interesting. Okay. I appreciate your feedback. Another person said, you're the best teacher ever. Okay. So let's proceed. Tomorrow is Monday and there's work to do, right? Okay. So let's go ahead. So let's move to the third step, which is connected speech. Have you ever watched a movie or listened to someone and then you could hear the beginning of their statement? You could hear the ending of their statement. But in between that statement, you're not sure what they have said. I have experienced that several times. I remember then I would ask my sisters and my brother to do a repeat, to rewind that part if it's a movie, because I want to be sure what they have said. At a time, I would start reading subtitles. I don't know if there's anyone who have experienced that before. I had experienced it several times years ago. But when I learned about connected speech, it really helped me. Connected speech will not just help you to speak better. It would also help you to understand others better, especially the native speakers. I remember working with a client on our one-to-one program. Was having his MSc at the time. That was like 2 years ago, in 2023. And he had to enroll on our one-to-one program because he's in an online class where he's the only Nigerian in such class. And the first day they had their session, everyone were asked to introduce themselves. Others could not hear him well. He could also not understand what others were saying well. And that one experience affected his confidence that he had to come for a one-to-one class on English. Imagine someone who went for MSc, not BSc. So you should understand that speaking is not just about our immediate environment. Sometimes we have to go out there to meet other people that speak better than we do, or speak as much as we do, so that we can communicate our ideas, our concepts, information and data that we have properly, and also not have troubles understanding them. So connected speech is what happens when you put 2, 3, 4 words together and they act as one. So connected speech is when we put several words together and is acting like just one word. And that is usually what happens when someone is speaking. You can hear the beginning of their sentence, you can hear the ending of their sentence, but the middle of that sentence, it seems like they have done some magical trait, or it seems like they have said a word that does not exist. It's not like the word doesn't exist, it's just that they have put together 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, and they have said it like they have said just one word. So that's what we'll be learning in connected speech. There are different ways of connecting words together in English, but the one we'll learn tonight is what we call linking R. Linking R happens when you're putting a word that ends with letter R and another word that starts with vowel letter when you're putting them together. For example, if I have the word car, car ends with letter R. And then I have that word in a sentence. Beside the word, if I have a word that starts with a vowel, for example, if I have the word is, is starts with a vowel. When I want to read these 2 words, I'm expected to link both of them. So instead of pronouncing the word as car is, I'm supposed to go carries, carries. So if you're not familiar with the word carries, you would have maybe a different understanding, or you might not even understand what you're saying at all. This is the way Nigerians read sentences. Nigerians will go, the car is faulty. That helps you sound flat. I had established earlier that we do not speak flat in English. It has to be rhythmic. So aside from focusing on the vowel length, another thing that you could do to help you sound rhythmic is to connect some of these words. So when I'm reading a sentence or I'm speaking and I get to a word that has letter R at the end, if such word is in a sentence and the next word in that sentence starts with a vowel, I'm expected to link them, to connect these 2 words together. When I connect these 2 words together, they will sound like one. So instead of saying the car is faulty, I'm expected to say the car is faulty. The car is faulty. Another example, if I have the word pastor, pastor ends in letter R. And then in a sentence, I have another word that starts with a vowel, like and. And when I want to read these 2 words together, it goes pastor and. Instead of saying the pastor and his wife are, let me spell this word, this sentence, so it can make more sense to you. The pastor and his wife are in the car parked in the garage. That is the way an average Nigerian would read it. The pastor and his wife are in the car parked in the garage. But if I want to speak better, I need to connect those words that ends with letter R. An example is pastor. It ends in letter R. The next word after pastor starts with a vowel. So I need to connect these 2 words so that I can read them as one. It becomes the pastorand, instead of pastor and the pastorand, his wife. Another word is R. The word R, the letter E is silent. So it's safe to say that the last sound there is the sound of letter R. And the next word is in. So I can link these 2 words together as well. RN. Instead of in, I will say RN. The car parked in the garage. The pastor and his wife are in the car parked in the garage, instead of the pastor and his wife are in the car parked in the garage. One sounds better than the other. Linking. Like I said, there are different ways we can link, but we'll focus on linking art tonight. Still under connected speech, I have intonation. Intonation is usually used at the end of sentences. When you're stating a sentence, at the end of such sentence, you're expected to either use a rising pitch or a falling pitch. Just like when you sing. When you're singing, sometimes your voice goes up, sometimes it comes down. Same with speaking. Remember, English is rhythmic. So your voice should go up or come down. So the question is, how do I know when my voice should go up and when my voice should come down? There are different ways, but let's talk about three of such examples. Number one, when you're asking a WH question. A WH question is a question that starts with WH words like what, where, when, which, who. So when you have sentences that start with WH, at the end of such sentences, you're expected to fall. So for example, instead of saying, what is your name? You're going to sound flat that way. You should say, what is your name? At the end, your pitch falls. What is your name? Where are you going? Not where are you going? When is the party? When is the party? Not when is the party? It's a C. So when you're asking a question that starts with WH words, you should fall, the pitch of your voice should fall at the end of such question. Also, when you're making a statement, for example, I am learning. Learning, at the end of learning, your pitch should fall because it's a statement. It is not I am learning. It is not I am late. It is not I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I am late. I need to go now. Not I need to go now. Your pitch should fall when making a statement. So remember, at the end of WH questions, your pitch should fall. At the end of statements, your pitch should fall. So when should you rise? You should rise at the end of yes or no questions. Yes or no questions are questions that when you ask someone, they would reply with a yes or a no. So if I ask you, are you learning? You would say, yes, I am learning. Are you learning? Not, are you learning? Are you learning? Learning has a long sound because there is a letter R after a vowel. Then at the end of that question, because it's a yes or no question, you should use a rising pitch, a rising tone. Have you eaten today? Will you come for the party? Not will you come for the party. So in summary, at the end of statements, at the end of WH question, make sure your tone falls. At the end of yes or no question, make sure your tone rise. And then we have what is called word stress. In English, when we're pronouncing English words, we don't just pronounce them anyhow, especially when such words have more than one syllable. For example, if I have the word spoon, spoon has one syllable, so I would just say spoon. But if I want to talk about the word table, table has two syllables, table. So when I want to pronounce such word, because it has more than one syllable, a part of that word must be said louder longer, and clearer. So in English language, when we have a word that has more than one syllable, when we have a word that has more than one syllable, a part of that word must be stressed. How do you stress it? You stress it by saying that part louder, longer, and clearer. So the question is, how do I know the part to say louder, longer, and clearer? You need to learn word stress rules. We can't learn all the rules tonight. We have over 24 rules, but let's learn 2 of them. And then we go for questions and answers. The first rule I'd like to talk about tonight talks about words with 2 syllables. So when you have a word that has 2 syllables, if the word is a noun or an adjective, you are expected to stress the first syllable. For example, the word climate. An average person will pronounce the word as climate. It's not climate. It's climate. The word has 2 syllables, climate. And the word is a noun. Because of that, the first syllable should be stressed. How do you stress it? You should say the first syllable louder, longer, and clearer. Climate. Another example is knowledge. Knowledge. It's not knowledge. It's knowledge. You're stressing the no. Why? Because the word has 2 syllables and it's a noun. Knowledge. Now, what if the word is an adjective, like in the word spacious? The word has 2 syllables also, and it's an adjective. Spacious. Spacious. So when you have a word that has 2 syllables and it's an adjective, you should also stress the first syllable. Now, if the word is a verb or a preposition, you are expected to stress the second syllable. If a word has 2 syllables and it is a verb or a preposition, please stress the second syllable. For example, decide, decide, not decide, it's decide. You're stressing side. Why? Because the word has 2 syllables and it's a verb, decide. Another example is require. Require, you're stressing choir, require. So again, when you have a word that has 2 syllables, if the word is a noun, stress the first syllable. If the word is an adjective, stress the first syllable. If the word is a verb, stress the second syllable. If the word is a preposition, stress the second syllable. So let's practice these words and we go over to question and answers. Climate, decide, spacious, democracy, not democracy, democracy, critical, knowledge, require, extension. Let's go over it again. Climate, decide, spacious, democracy, critical, knowledge, require, extension. Now at question time. If you have questions, please send in your questions. Let's quickly go through our questions and then I round off. Let's quickly go through our questions and then I go through the few slides I have and then we call it a day. Question time. If you have questions, please send in your question. Whether you're on Zoom or you're on YouTube, please send in your questions. It's time for question. Send in your question. What is a syllable? A syllable is the smallest unit of a word. So if I have the word table, I can't say that word immediately. I can't say taboo. I'm going to say one part first before the other. So I'm going to say Tay is one syllable. Bull. Bull is another syllable. So when these two syllables come together, it gives the word table. So a syllable is the smallest unit of a word. Turtle. Total. They are not pronounced the same way. Turtle. Total. They are not pronounced the same way. Peugeot. Peugeot. It's not Peugeot. Peugeot. Turn. T-E-R-N. Turn. T-O-R-N. Turn. T-U-R-N. Turn. So T-E-R-N and T-U-R-N are pronounced the same way. A tern is a bird. T-E-R-N is a bird. So the tern turns around and then torn and then got torn. Let's put it that way. Advice, advised. Advice, the noun. The C sounds like a S. Advise, the verb. The S sounds like a V. P, B, T. Where are the sounds again? P, B, T, K, D. Can you differentiate in pronunciation between ash and harsh? Ash. The A there, ash. The second word, hash, it has a H sound. And then the A and R makes a longer sound. Harsh. Now, the explanation you gave when pronouncing the word question. When you have letter S before T-I-O-N, the letter S, the TI should be articulated as CH. When you have letter S before TION, the TI should be pronounced as CH, question. Throw more light on words that are preposition and adjective. When you have a word that has two syllables, the word is a preposition. Stress the second syllable. When you have a word that have two syllables, a word that has two syllables, and it's an adjective, please stress the first syllable. Receipt, the P is silent. Bath, put your tongue outside. Bathe, put your tongue outside. How can I know whether H is silent in a word or not? There are a few rules you need to learn. Sometimes when you have G before H, the H will be silent. So there are other rules like that that you must learn to help you know when to identify silent H. Like I said, I have an ebook that I'm giving out for free tonight to a few people, not everyone, please. Fuel, fuel, that is petrol and others, fuel. And we have flour, the one we use in baking, flour. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Please, are native names to be pronounced with diction? No. When pronouncing your native name, please do not pronounce them with diction. The T, for the T, will the tongue be in the middle of the upper and lower teeth? No. It is when you have T and H in a word, that is when your tongue should be in between your upper and lower teeth. When are we expecting to have next class? This is a webinar and it's a one-day webinar, so there is no next class, except if you're enrolling on any of our courses. We have a course that runs for 6 weeks that we learn Mondays to Saturdays. But this particular one you enrolled for is a webinar, and it's just a one-day class, and this is all it is. The replay will be sent to the group for you to keep practicing. If you want more, we have other courses that you can explore. We have one that runs for 6 weeks, we have one that runs for 3 weeks. These ones you learn Mondays to Saturdays, every day, at your convenient time. We have the word young, the N and G there, young. You have youth, youth. And you have yesterday, yesterday. Sam, Sam, they are pronounced the same way. S-U-M and S-O-M-E are pronounced the same way. Water, water. Ma'am, how do we know when consonant H is? I already answered that question. Teach. How can I know when TH is silent? TH cannot be silent. It's either the H is silent or the T is silent, but both letters can be silent at the same time. C-L-O. Dav, da, Dav. Dav. Patience, please check the spelling of that word. Purple. Purple. Flower. Flower. Flour and flower are pronounced the same way. So let me take a few questions on Zoom and then I'll return on YouTube rather, and then I'll return to the questions on Zoom as well. Okay. Somebody said, how do I sound audible when speaking to avoid mistakes in pronunciation? By mastering the sounds. That is the first step. You need to master how words are pronounced first. It is when you're confident that you avoid mumbling or you avoid not speaking up. When you're confident in yourself, you can speak up. But then the first step is to know how these words are pronounced. What if a word has 3 syllables or 4? How are we going to stress them? You need to learn word stress. Like I said, I can't go through all of that tonight. When it comes to word stress rules, there are over 20 rules that you must learn. And we can do all of that tonight. So that is why this is a webinar. Okay. Thank you for the class. This is democracy, 2 syllables. No, democracy, 4 syllables. Ma'am, please, are you speaking American English or British? Like I said, we are focusing on the RP, received pronunciation. But then while I was speaking, I told you I was going to emphasize some American pronunciations, which I did. Without missing words, the word should be mincing, M-I-N-C-I-N. It's not without missing, it's without mincing. M-I-N-C-I-N, words. And to be candid, I really enjoyed this class. Thank you, David. How do you pronounce resource? The S sounds like a Z, while the C sounds like a S. Resource. Please, I came late. Can I have the video in the group? The recording will be sent. Is it advisable to use words, to use the connected speech pattern in formal setting? Formal speech, yes. Yes. You can use connected speech in formal setting. It depends on which you're using. The one we learned, linking R, yes, it can be used confidently in formal setting. Okay, let me go back to Zoom. Why do you pronounce sound A as in bath and A as in bath? That's the pronunciation. They don't have the same pronunciation and they do not have the same spelling. B-A-T-H, bath. The A there sounds A. B-A-T-H-E, bathe. The letter A there sounds A. If this was a phonics class, we can attribute that to the magic E rules. But this is not a phonics class, so I would just say that that is the transcription. That is the pronunciation. Listen, how much is that one? Okay, I'll get to that. I'll talk about that course for those that are interested. Let me complete the questions first. And what is the cost? I am interested. I'll talk about that shortly. How much is a 6 weeks lesson? I want the one for 6 weeks. Okay, everybody's asking. Okay, let me just quickly talk about that now, and then I'll come back to the questions. So if you have your questions, please send in your questions so that once I come back, I talk about all the questions. I take all the questions immediately. Now, the question is, now that you have learned the first formula in my Diction, I believe it is important for you to learn the other formula. If you love to learn the other formula, let me know in the chat. If you're interested in learning the other formula of my Diction, we have learned the D. I still have the I, the C, the second C, the L, the E, the A, and the R. Let me know in the chat. And of course, I have a system that would not just help you learn, but would help you master. Remember the story of Esther? I told you that Esther did it in 6 weeks. And she did not just learn, but she mastered. I've met people that have attended classes, and after that class, nothing has changed in how they speak. That is because they only learned and didn't practice. In our 6 weeks course, we are doing 2 things together. You're learning and practicing. And at the end, you get mastery. I've heard people say that when you do something for 21 days, that thing becomes a part of you. In the academy, you're doing a particular thing for 6 weeks, 6 times a week. The only days we do not learn in the academy is on Sundays. The only day we do not practice is on Sundays. And even for a lot of participants in the academy, on Sundays, they still go ahead to practice in the group. Just that the admins are not usually active on Sundays. But when we resume back on Monday, we go through their practice and give feedback.
So this is something that you do Mondays to Saturdays for good 6 weeks. And I can tell you the result has been transformational. It's highly satisfactory. So if you'd like to learn how to speak better in 6 weeks, I can guarantee you that that is the best option, because you'd agree with me that you have been speaking a certain way for years. Some of us, we are 30 years, 40 years, 28 years, 18 years. Let's even assume we have the youngest person here tonight, 18 years. You've been speaking a certain way for 18 years. You cannot assume or expect that you change that in one night. It doesn't work like that. You need to practice. And of course, trying to fix this on your own is like trying to see the back of your own head without a mirror. Can that even work? So if you desire to change how you speak in 6 weeks, I am not just going to teach you how to speak right. I'm going to help you master the formula that would transform you in 6 weeks. Then you need to be at the Diction Mastery Academy. At the Diction Mastery Academy, we will help you enhance your communication abilities to the point where your words can command attention. You can speak anywhere and command attention. We help you skyrocket your confidence so you can speak audibly. Like somebody asked, how can I speak audible? When you have that confidence, your voice will come out. It's a natural phenomenon that would help elevate your professional image to new heights. We have a private coaching that runs between 180,000 to 600,000. The set of people that we coach in that program, they are people that are holding high positions, but they know how much English is suffering them. So if you're here and you feel woo English help, I would say it is because you have not got to that point where you're really seeing how much English is dealing with you. Earlier this morning, I worked with one of our clients, and it was his first session. And he could share with me, he said he never thought English was important until he had this promotion at the moment. And when he got there in just 1 week, he saw that, oh, if I don't do this, then something would happen. And without mincing word, he was able to pay for the coaching. What am I saying? I'm saying that there's a point where you get to that you would not mind paying any amount just to get results. And this is the same thing we do in the academy. So in the academy, we ensure personalized attention. This is not a course where everybody learns the same thing, and after learning, that's all. No. You learn on our e-learning platform at your preferred time. If you prefer to learn in the morning, in the afternoon, in the midnight, anytime that works for you, you learn. Now, each lesson has an assignment that you must submit in the assignment WhatsApp group. Now, each person's assignment, the assignments are submitted via voice notes. It's not a course where you're reading. It's all video, voice note, video, voice note. So each voice note you have sent will be listened to by the instructor. I work with other instructors in the academy, so you're not just learning from me. You're learning from different instructors with different strengths and different capability. So we listen to your voice note and we give feedback to each person's voice note. What you have done well, what you have not done well. Sometimes we ask you to do it again. Now, both the learning and the practicing takes less than 5 minutes to do every day. So it's not something that takes a lot of your time. It means that each person is given personalized attention, and we closely track your progress. If you enroll for the academy, you get access to our e-learning platform, a lifetime access. Even after the 6 weeks, you can keep learning on the e-learning platform. You can keep joining the Zoom sessions. You can keep asking questions. You get access to 55 practical training sessions. On Fridays and on Saturdays, we meet on Zoom, where I allow you unmute yourself and talk, where I listen to you, I give feedback to be sure you're the ones submitting the voice note you have been submitting during the week. So we do that Fridays and on Saturdays. Also on Saturdays, we have what we call the breakout room. For all the participants on the call on Saturdays, we divide them into smaller groups where you could also practice with other people to get feedback, criticism from others, to know how well you're doing, what you need to stop doing, what you need to start doing. You also get access to our quizzes. The quizzes are assignments that I mentioned earlier. Mondays to Saturdays, you get access to one assignment that takes less than 5 minutes to do. You submit their voice notes to the group. The instructor listens to your voice note and gives feedback to your own voice note. We do that for each person. We don't give a generalized feedback because we understand that we have different weaknesses and we're trying to improve on different areas of our communication skills. Plus, you get access to a private WhatsApp group and unlimited personal support from me. You can come to my DM, ask questions, ask that I help you with some task, maybe at work, or give you advice to make sure that your communication skill is getting better. Now, who needs this or who has this worked for? There's work for professionals that are seeking promotions. There's work for non-native English speakers. You and I, we are non-native English speakers. There's work with people with general accent. If you're the type that when you speak, people can easily say that, oh, this person is from Adamawa. Oh, this person is from Ibadan. Oh, you are from Anambra. Then you need to be in the academy. You want to stop saying international. You want to start speaking with natural accent that no one can easily tell where you're from until maybe when they hear your name or you tell them. And this is for anyone who is tired of being misunderstood. Now, how does the academy run? Step 1 is to register for the academy. Step 2 is to log into your membership e-learning platform. Once you log in, you get access to the lessons. Step 3 is to watch each lesson. There is one lesson for you each day for 6 weeks. You can watch this lesson anytime that works for you. Early in the morning, late at night, late in the afternoon, midnight, anytime that you're comfortable. Each training, each lesson comes with a quiz that you submit in the WhatsApp group anytime that is convenient for you. Then on Fridays and on Saturdays, you join on the live call where we ask questions, we challenge ourselves, we practice together for mastery. And then I have two choices when I was putting together this course. The first option was for me to go cheap as possible and sell to lots of people, but that's not what I want. So all I did was I made sure that the course is valuable such that you would get results for your money. And I also understand that the course is not for everyone. I know everyone can afford to enroll on the 1,000 naira class, fine. But this course is for those that are really committed to moving from where they are when it comes to communication to where they want to be, such that they would not doubt themselves in their head whenever they're talking, such that they would not speak under their breath whenever they're speaking, such that they can move into any room and confidently state their concept, their opinion, their idea, without feeling scared of the caliber of people in there. I want people that are ready to impress anyone, anywhere, at any time. And that is the objective of the academy. So if you'd like to join the academy, all you need is $65, and that is about 97,000 naira. Excuse me. Here are feedback from past participants of the academy. This is Peaceful. Peaceful is from Kenya. And Peaceful said, the class has been an insightful one. What exactly most is how you carry everyone along in the practical session. The class is purely practical, especially the Fridays and Saturdays class. They are all practical class. Even the lessons Mondays to Thursdays, they are all practical. We give you one thing to do. And if you go through that thing each day, I can assure you, in fact, after the first week, you would see difference in how you speak. Your corrections are made with love, and I look forward to learning without being scared of making mistakes. It was 2 weeks in training when I emerged the best speaker in a debate competition. While practicing, I heard your voice in my head pronouncing those words with me. Here is another feedback. She said, thank you so much, my able diction queen. My able diction queen. Great, ma'am. You have done excellently noble. You can complete the rest. I don't want to bore you with all of this. This is another person. She said, Coach Bukola is doing tremendous work relentlessly in the service of educating who wants to be educated on speaking right. Her videos are so self-explanatory, easy to understand. All you need is follow her lead. The best thing I like in her training is she never leaves your hand until you become master. Great follow-up too, which is a very good virtue of a great teacher. There are feedback from people from different parts of the world. So let me not bore you with all of this. We have video feedbacks. We have text feedback, of course. As an attendee in this webinar, I can tell you for free that you do not need half of $65. You don't even need 48,000. All you need to enroll in the academy is 31,999 naira. That is a whopping 68% off. And not just that, I have a guarantee. You can record me at this point. If you enroll on the academy and you follow through my lead, you do everything I ask you to do, and after 6 weeks, you do not get results, I'm going to refund how much you have paid. You can record this part again. If you enroll on the 6 weeks Diction Mastery Academy and you follow my lead, you do everything I ask you to do, you follow the corrections, you're open to learning, you're practicing and learning, and after 6 weeks, you do not get results, nothing has changed in how you speak, I will refund your money. So I can tell you this is a risk-free investment. It's like you keeping your money somewhere. You have absolutely nothing to lose. In addition to the 68% bonuses, I have few bonuses for you. I have 20 short pronunciation videos. This would help you master tricky sounds and help you speak with clarity and confidence. I sell this for 15,000, but I'll give it for free to the first 20 people who enroll tonight. I also have a vocabulary development PDF. This is for people that they are always at a loss for words. You know what you want to say in your head, but you don't have the right word to put it out. I'm also going to give this out for free to the first 20 people to enroll tonight. I'll also give you a video on how to never be at a loss for word. The truth is, at one point or the other, we are always at a loss for word. But there are ways we could do this that our audience would not know. Some people, when they have impromptu speeches, they become uncomfortable. This video would help you, such that anytime they call you upon to speak, you would always be able to do excellently well. And then I have my ebook, Know Your Silent Words. I talked about this ebook earlier. The ebook contains A to Z of silent letters. Silent letter A, silent letter B, how to identify them until silent letter Z. I sell this for 5,000 naira, but if you enroll tonight, you're one of the first 20 people to enroll tonight, you'd also get it for free. And if I tell you that all of these can transform your speech, that you would not have to ever repeat yourself again, do you think it is worth it? If this would help you speak with clarity and confidence that commands respect in any room, would it be worth it? If this would help you open doors to promotions and opportunities that have held you back by your speech, would this be worth it? Like I talked about my one-on-one coaching, my one-on-one coaching runs between 180,000 to 600,000. That is the range. We have the 3 weeks course, the 6 weeks course, and of course the 10 weeks course. And I can tell you that you're getting value in this course as well. You would also get my ebook on English punctuation marks. While I ask that we comment in the group, I can see that some people have grammatical errors. Some people don't even know how to use punctuation marks. This ebook would help you. You would also get it for free if you enroll tonight. You're one of the first 20 people to enroll tonight. You'd also get my ebook on 100 common grammatical errors and their corrections. You're one of the first 20 people to enroll tonight. You get this for free as well. And you get my ebook on 10 commonly misused expressions and their corrections. If you're one of the first 20 people to enroll tonight, you would get this as well. Now, all these bonuses make a total of 85,500 naira, but you're getting them for free. You're also getting a complete refund assurance. Remember, to go through the course and you do not get value, you do everything I ask you to do and nothing changes in how you speak, I would send back your money. You can record this part. The recording will be sent to the group. You can edit this part and save it somewhere for insurance. And of course, still on the bonuses, you get my bonus video on how to earn with your diction skill. So again, the cost of the academy is 97,000. The bonuses is worth 85,500 naira. But if you enroll tonight, you're enrolling for just 31,999 naira. But then I have a special offer for 20 people, just 20 people. These 20 people will get all the bonuses I mentioned. They would get the complete refund assurance. If after 6 weeks you do not get results, I would refund your money. Plus, you would not even have to pay 31,999 naira. So if you're really interested in joining the academy and you want to save more money, instead of paying 31,999 naira, all you have to pay is 20,999 naira. Somebody says, are we going to get certificate? You get certificate if you enroll on the academy. But for the webinar, no, the webinar does not come with any certificate. If you enroll in the academy after 6 weeks, once you're done with the course, you get a certificate that you can use anywhere. This course is sold to different countries: Ghana, Kenya, Dubai, South Africa. So which means a certificate can be used anywhere in the world. So if you're looking forward to changing states or reaching out to opportunities outside Nigeria, then this certificate will suit you well. So if you would like to be among the first 20 people to enroll tonight for just 20,999 naira instead of 31,999 naira, plus you get all the bonuses I've mentioned worth 85,500 naira. And then if you go through the course, you do not get results, I would refund you the exact money you have paid. Then go ahead and make a payment of 20,999 naira into the account details on the screen. The same account details you paid your 1,000 naira into. Remember, once we get 20 people, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. So it means that if you're one of the 20 people, you're going to save about 11,000. Plus, you get all the bonuses I have mentioned. You also get the complete refund assurance. The complete refund assurance again states that after 6 weeks, if you do not get results, if you had followed everything I asked you to do, and after 6 weeks you do not get results, I will refund your money. So if you'd like to be one of the 20 people to enjoy all the bonuses, to get access to the refund if you don't get value for your money after you have done everything asked to do, then make your payment of just 20,999 naira to the account details on the screen. Olubukola R. Agbalaya, UBA 2069725016. So go ahead and make your payment. Once you get 20 payment, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. Once you make your payment, please send your receipts to the group. Payments are already coming in. So please send your receipt to the group immediately, because once you get 20 people, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. So you can be one of those that will get all the bonuses promised. And of course, the refund assurance. If you have questions about the academy or you have questions about what we have learned tonight, please feel free to ask. Somebody is asking, does this come with certificate? Yes. And our certificate can be used anywhere in the word. Yes, I've answered you, Edward. The certificate can be used anywhere in the word. You can add it to your resume. You can use it for promotions. You can use it even to support some of your English test exams. Excuse me, please. Yes, it comes with certificate. Remember, once we get 20 people, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. If you have questions, please ask. Okay, somebody said, I want the one for secret. Yes, I already talked about it. Just make your payment so that you can enroll. How much are we paying? You're paying 20,999 naira, ma'am. That is if you pay tonight. Once we get 20 payment tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. Somebody says, I'm interested. Yes, go ahead and make your payment. Because once we get 20 payments, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. Somebody said, I want to get a certificate, ma'am. How much is it to enroll in the academy? It is 20,999 naira. Can you acknowledge my payment? Just send your receipt to the group. All payments will be acknowledged. Just once you send it to the group where you got the link, then you're sure to have sealed a spot for yourself.
Okay, any other question? Can we pay half of it now and balance up before weekend, please? Oh, no, no, no. Please extend it, ma'am. Extend the bonus. I'm sorry, that is how it works. The bonus only works for the first 20 people. After the first 20 people, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira, and the bonuses are off the table as well. Plus, if you enroll tonight, you get access to the refund assurance. The refund assurance states that if you enroll in the academy and you do everything I ask you to do and you do not get results, I would refund you. You can do a recording of this part and save it. This is guaranteed. I will refund you. Okay? Can the money be paid instrumentally? There's nothing like instrumentally. You can say, can the money be paid in installments? Instrumentally does not exist when you're trying to talk about how you split money. Installment is better. Okay, I want to register. Please, is there a certificate to the 6 weeks class? Yes. And another thing about the 6 weeks course is even after 6 weeks, if you're not done with your course, you still get access. Remember, I said it comes with a lifetime access. So let's assume you want to travel for a vacation, or you're sitting examination, or you have a very tight schedule, and you know that, okay, very soon I'm going to go on leave. You can pay for the academy now, and once you're ready, you start. It comes with a lifetime access, because by the time you're ready, the fee might not be at 31,999 naira again. So maybe you're traveling, you're sitting exam, or maybe you're whatever it is you're doing, and you feel like I can't start now. I'd recommend that you register now by making your payment. Then once you're ready to start, you kickstart, because the academy comes with lifetime access. The cost of not registering now is that you would not be paying 20,999 naira again. The fees go back to 31,999 naira. All the bonuses will be off the table, plus the refund assurance. Can I register within the week? If yes, will I still have access to the bonuses? No, please. Only those that registered tonight that get access to the bonuses. Will you be issuing a certificate? Yes, ma'am. If I get you right, we are paying 31,000. If you pay right now, you're paying 20,999 naira. That is 21,000. But if you're not paying right now, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. That is approximately 32,000. Is this a certification course? Yes, it is. This is for me. I always lack words when speaking. Then enroll tonight. Can I split payment? No, please. How much is registration? 20,999 naira. How can I enroll for the 6 weeks training and I am ready to commence immediately? All you have to pay is 20,999 naira barista. Once you pay, you get access to the course immediately. Is certificate issued for the 6 weeks? Yes. How do we pronounce fork? Fork. The word is not fake. I hear people say fake. No, the word is fork. I am sure you had to rush everything all together. What is the duration for the everyday class in 6 weeks? The duration is less than 10 minutes. You need about 5 minutes for the lessons and about 5 minutes for your assignments. So it's less than 10 minutes, Mondays to Thursdays. On Fridays and on Saturdays, we meet at 8 p.m. on Zoom, where we practice together live on Zoom. That takes about 2 hours, patient. But for Mondays to Thursdays, you can work at your convenient time, anytime that works for you. It's only on Saturdays and on Fridays that you might need to work on your schedule to accommodate the live sessions. And all live sessions are recorded. So should you miss the live sessions, you would have access to the recordings. Okay. How much is a 6 weeks training? It's 20,999 naira. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can you talk more on the TH sound? There are 2 TH sounds. We have the voiced TH sound. Put your tongue in between your upper teeth and lower teeth and make vibrations. You have it in those words that have TH that people pronounce like a D, like them, the, there. Then we have the second TH. Put your tongue in between your upper teeth and lower teeth and blow air. You have it in TH words that people pronounce like a T, like think, math, cloth, etc. Now we also have exceptions, like I highlighted earlier. I want the 6 weeks class, and I also want to know the time when to start. The 6 weeks class, once you enroll, you kickstart. Once you enroll, you kickstart.
Please, ma'am, how can I get the ebook? You would get the ebook once you enroll on the academy. All the ebooks and videos promised in the bonuses will be sent to you. That is if you enroll tonight. After tonight, the bonuses are off the table. Okay. Okay, I think I have attended to all questions. Okay. If you have other questions, feel free to ask. Please, can you pronounce that word schedule? Okay, it has 4 pronunciation. You can pronounce it as schedule. You can pronounce it as schedule. You can pronounce it as schedule or schedule. It has 4 pronunciations. So just pick one so you don't get confused. If I enroll now, can I choose to start when I'm ready? Yes, I stated that earlier. Should you enroll now, you can choose to start when you're ready. Perhaps you're busy with something. So you can just make your payment now and let us know. Just notify us that this is when I would like to start. And of course, that would be sorted. Difference between turtle and total. I had said that before. Turtle. It has a longer vowel. Turtle. Total. I've made my payment now. Okay, Sheriff. So can you send it to the groups so the admins can take note? Let me pay half now and pay the remaining during the week. Please pronounce the word the. The word has 3 pronunciations. T-H-E has 3 pronunciations. It has the, it has the, and the. The. You use that when you're emphasizing. The boy. Then we have the. We use the if you have a consonant after THE, the bag. And we have the. We use the if the next word starts with a vowel, the egg. First class, the fee is 20,999 naira if you pay right now. After tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. I hope that is clear. Okay, though somebody said paid, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, please, if we do not have the money now, can we pay it later, and how much? How much is it going to cost later? Okay, I believe that's what you wanted to write. If you're paying later, you'll be paying 31,999 naira. That is approximately 32,000. All payment will be acknowledged. And just send it to just send your receipts to the group. Okay? Just send your receipts to the group. The fee is 20,999 naira first class. I have answered that. 20,999 naira. That is approximately 21,000. Sheet. Shh. The SH sound. You have to rush. You have to release the sound slowly. Sheet. Sheet. That's it. Okay. So you have 2 choices. The first choice is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith. While the second choice is to make this investment of 20,999 naira tonight and then compare all the value you will get in return. Of course, if it works, great. If it doesn't work, like I said, I'm going to refund you the exact amount you have paid. I would refund you the exact amount you have paid. If you enroll in the academy, you follow my rules, you do everything I ask you to do, and you do not get results, I will refund you. Again, here is the account details to pay into. If you pay tonight, all you need is 20,999 naira. You're paying into the UBA account you paid your 1,000 naira to, Olubukola R. Agbalaya, UBA account 206-9725-016. Once you make your payment, send your payment proof to the WhatsApp group. Remember, once we get, after tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. If you'd like to speak to impress anyone, anytime, anywhere, maybe you're the type that you're always keeping quiet in meetings at work. Do you know you're telling your colleague that you don't have solutions? You're not intelligent. Or you're the type that you would always try to skip opportunities. I've met people that would say things like, people would ask me to do trainings and all, but I would just run away, give them one excuse. Not because I don't know what to teach them, but because I'm sure that I will make errors and I will make a mess of myself. Right? I have a lot of people on my personalized clients. I have one of my personalized clients that is scared that when she speaks, people might make videos of her and send it on the internet because she's one of the high political people in one of the states in Nigeria. So she doesn't want to mess up her husband's personality. I've worked with people that they work in high places, but when it comes to speaking, you hear them call names or Tedola, they don't even call them they call them like they meet every day and they call big names. They say when they're on short tables, they don't talk, they just keep quiet and listen. And they would even force them to talk, but they don't want to talk. You know why? Because they are scared. They don't have that confidence. And the truth is, you don't have to wait until that time. When it comes to improving your communication skill, the more you speak, the better you become. When you keep quiet, you keep getting rotten. That is how communication works. It's like somebody who doesn't want to get fat, but you keep increasing fat bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, and you're not doing anything about it. Before you know it, you get obese. But let's assume while you are adding weight, you're taking little steps, then you would not get obese. That is the same way communication works. It is about doing, it's about taking steps, practicing, making effort. And that is why we have created a system that allows great transformation in just 6 weeks. Just 6 weeks, that's all you need. Again, if you enroll tonight, you'll get access to all my bonuses, 20 short pronunciation videos, my vocabulary development PDF, my PDF on Know Your Silent Words, my video on how to never be at a loss for words, my ebook on English punctuation marks, and of course, you also get my ebook on grammatical errors and their corrections. You get my ebook on common misused expressions and their corrections. And of course, how to earn more respect with your speech. All of these are bonuses that you would get if you enroll tonight. And you're getting all of these for just 20,999 naira. After tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. Here is the account details again. If you have questions about the academy or you have questions about what we have learned tonight, please ask. Somebody says, is it round up or round off? You round off. When you round off something, it means you're ending that thing. When you round up, it can mean that you're rounding up numbers. Let's assume you went to buy something somewhere and you bought something of maybe 39,840 naira. But when you want to pay them, you'd have to pay them 40,000, right? You rounded up the figure because you cannot afford to get 894 naira. I don't know if you get it. So you can round up numbers. The policemen can round up criminals. But when you're trying to end an event or end the program, you round off that program. Lose. L-O-S-E is pronounced lose. The S is pronounced like a Z. Why L-O-O-S-E is pronounced loose? The S is pronounced like a S. How do we pronounce the word jorin? Jorin. Jorin. The D sounds like a J. Jorin. Can I pay half to secure a slot and pay the remaining next week? No, please. Jorin. Okay, I just pronounced the word jorin. Okay, do we have other questions? Do you teach phonics? Yes, we teach phonics. Yes, we teach phonics. Any other question? We teach phonics, we teach public speaking, we teach grammar, we teach vocabulary. In our private class, we teach all sort of communication. We teach business English. You're the type that work in a formal environment, but you really don't know how to communicate in a formal environment. We teach business English. Excuse me. We teach business English, we teach public speaking. You're the type that give presentations a lot, but you're not satisfied with what you do, we can help you. If you're the type that is scared of speaking in public, they tell you it's time to lead prayers, it's time to do this, you start feeling like the ground should open and catch and swallow you. We teach grammar. If you're not confident in your grammar, we teach diction. If you're not confident in your pronunciation, we teach vocabulary. If you're the type that you're always at a loss for words, You know what to say, but you don't know how to put it. We do all of these things around communication. You can enroll on a personalized class. For that, we don't have group classes for all of this. We only have group classes for diction and grammar. But for others, we have personalized classes. And like I said, our personalized class, the fee is between 180,000 to 600,000. It depends on the package you're going for. And we also work with groups. So if you have maybe a group of staff that like us to train, or you have a group of youth, or we work with group of bankers, group of customer care representatives, group of managers. We train them within Nigeria, outside Nigeria. So feel free to reach out to us. And for all referrals, you get 10% bonus. Is phonics and others part of the 6 weeks training? No. We only do all of that in a personalized class. This is just a diction class. Does reading book help someone in fluent communication? Yes. When you read a book, it exposes you to other words. It then depends on how you read the book. If you're the type that read a book and as you read, you pay attention to how the words are pronounced, how the words are used, it would help expand your vocabulary, improve your pronunciation, such that when you are in conversation with people, you would have the right words to use. So reading really helps with fluent communication. Do we have another chance for paying for today's teaching? I don't understand your question, Apostle. Your question is not clear. What will be the next after the payment? After the payment, the admins will reach out to you in your WhatsApp, in your DM. Excuse me, not tonight, because the admins won't be available tonight again. It's a weekend. So tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning, you get a message from our admin to join the Diction Mastery Academy WhatsApp group. So from the WhatsApp group, you register on the e-learning platform. And if you're ready to start learning, you start learning. If you're not ready, you wait until you're ready to learn. Any other question? Why? I will like other the same price. I don't understand what you mean, Stephanie. Ma'am, as long as we pay this tonight, it will be 20,999 naira. Yes. After tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. And the bonuses are off the table as well. Please, ma'am, help us explain the bonus to Friday for the salary earners. Oh, I thought it's early in the month. Okay, like I would like to say that I am the lead instructor. So we have other management team. So I do not have that capacity to work on any of this arrangement, right, Florence? So for right now, that is the arrangement. I might then talk to them if they allow, fine. But right now, I can't guarantee anything of such. What's the difference between diction and phonics class? Diction helps with pronunciation, how you pronounce your word, how you produce these words. Phonics help with reading and writing. So I don't know if you get it. So if you're teaching phonics, you're teaching that person to be able to read, to be able to pronounce, to say B-O-Y is boy, C-A-T is cat. But if the person teaching you phonics has the diction knowledge, such person will be able to pronounce the word well for you, and you will learn how to pronounce it. Imagine that our English teachers and nursery school teachers then taught us how to read with the right pronunciation. We would not need diction classes again. So phonics would help you read, but what guarantees that you're reading with the correct pronunciation is diction. I hope that answers your question, Daniel. Does reading book help? I've answered that. Please, ma'am, talk to them and get back to us. Okay. Please, I need more of phonics, ma'am, as a teacher. Okay, we do not have a group phonics class, so you can reach out to us to talk about a private package for you. We do not have the group phonics class. We do not have a group phonics class, but we could put something together for you as a private class. Okay. Can diction class offer fluency? Yes. Yes. Diction class helps you to gain fluency, eloquency, and confidence. Can we pay half now and pay balance during the week? No, blessing. And once tonight is gone, the fee goes back to 31,999 naira. Do we have any other question? Let me go on Zoom to see. The account details is still on the screen. The account details is still on the screen. Remember, after tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999. Okay, for those asking to pay half and balance during the week, so what you can do is to pay half now to get the spot for 20,999 naira. And once you make your balance payment, you will start the course. So what this means that if you pay half tonight, you would not start the course until you have made your balance payment. Do you understand? But of course, this helps you to save money. Instead of paying 32,000 naira afterwards, you still get to pay 20,000 naira. And you still get to have access to the bonuses and the refund assurance. So for those of you pleading to pay half payment, yes, I got feedback from the director now that yes, that works. So you can just send what's the code now? Send your payment to the group. So once you make the complete payment, we can then access the course. So do we have other questions? Any other questions? For those that pay, can we leave? Yes, if you don't have any more questions, you can leave, ma'am. Please, how can I talk to you on phonics? On which platform, ma'am? Just send a message to any of the admin numbers. Any of the admin numbers on the group, send a message to them. They will direct you to my contact directly. They will give you my personal contact. Just tell them you want to know more about phonics. So they would reach out to you with my personal contact. Okay? Please, can I start classes next month? Yes, you can. However, if you don't enroll tonight, the fee goes back to 32,000 naira after tonight. So if you have enrolled, yes, you can start tonight. You can start next month as you have requested. Again, if you want to make half payment, go ahead and do that. Once you complete your payment, you get access to the course. If you make your payment tonight, you get access to all the bonuses and the complete refund assurance. Please, if I pay half now, am I still going to get all the bonuses? Yes, blessed. You get all the bonuses. Are we eligible for bonuses? Yes, tell me. If you enroll tonight, you are eligible for bonuses. Any other question? Okay, I think there are no more questions. If you have questions, please. Phonics class, I am interested. Yes, like I said, if you're interested in phonics class, send a message to the admins. We can work something around for those interested. And yes. So we do phonics class for schools, teachers, and all. But if you want a private one, yes, it's something that we can work around. Yes, I have enrolled, but I want to start class next month. That works, iPhone. Yes, you can do that. Please, can we have a recording of the session? Yes, the recording will be sent to the group. Mary Line, how much is the class? The class is 20,999 naira if you pay tonight. After tonight, the fee goes back to 32,000 naira. So tonight, you get access to the course for 20,999 naira. You also get access to all my bonuses. Here are all the bonuses again. So you get access to my 20 short pronunciation videos. You get access to my vocabulary development PDF. You get access to a video training on how to never be at a loss for word. You get access to Know Your Silent Words ebook. You also get an ebook on English punctuations. You also get an ebook on 100 common grammatical errors and their corrections. You get a PDF on 10 common misused expressions and their corrections. And you get a video on how to earn more with your diction skills. All of these are worth 85,500 naira. But should you enroll tonight, you would get them for free. And of course, if you follow through everything I ask you to do in 6 weeks and you do not get results, I would refund how much you have paid. That is guaranteed. So again, here is the account details to pay. For those asking to pay half, yes, you can go ahead and make your half payment tonight. You still get access to the bonuses and the refund assurance. However, you will not start the course until you have completed your payment. Okay. In a situation where we have silent words, how would I be able to write correct spelling down? Example, muscle, assume is strange word to me. Okay, that is one of the things we teach in phonics classes. One of the reasons why you have met children or even adults that have spelling difficulty, silent words is one of it. So there are strategies to doing all of this. Please, can I have the recording of this session? Yes, you would get the recording. Have we closed? Yes, if you have questions, you can ask. If you don't have questions, we have ended the session. The account details is right on the screen. The UBA account, You made your 1,000 payment to Olubukola R. Agbalaya, 206-9725-012. That is the account details. Okay, thank you, Bex and Pauls. I have eaten all my bread and popcorn now. Can I go now? Yes, Kabiru, you can. Very funny, man. Yes, sir, you can. You can go now. The recording will be sent to the group tonight. You can go and thanks for registering. Mrs. Uzochi, the ebook. Your question is not clear. What do you mean by the ebook? Please, is phonics part of the class? No, the class is strictly on diction. So about 2 or 3 people requested for a phonics class. I ask that they send a message to the admins. So if they reach out to me, we can put together a private phonics class for those interested. But this class, the academy, is a diction and pronunciation class. Okay, I already got the message. Somebody saying I'm interested in the phonics class, okay? Any other question? Any other question? Let me go on Zoom if there are questions. Please, how can we discover wrong speaking in English? Okay, how to discover? I used to feel that if you speak wrongly, you would know. Okay, one way to know that you're speaking wrongly is people would hardly understand what you're saying. They will say things like, please repeat yourself. I don't quite get what you're saying. They don't understand what you're saying. Sometimes you have to repeat yourself over and over and over again. That is one way to know that, oh, I'm speaking wrongly. My words are not correct. It's like when you're trying to say uncle and you say uncle, right? Someone who is not used to that pronunciation would find it difficult to understand. Okay, another person says, okay, I've answered that question earlier. Okay, I think there are no more questions. Do we have any more questions? I don't want to leave any question unattended to. That's why I am still here. Please differentiate between phonics and diction. I already did earlier, but I'll go through it again. Diction helps you to pronounce words correctly. Phonics help you to read. You can learn phonics. You can, for example, most schools right now, they teach children using phonics. Phonics is a method of teaching reading. So they teach children using phonics. But the thing is, most of these teachers, they mispronounce their words. So they end up producing children that can read well, but they read with poor diction, with wrong pronunciation. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you see a child trying to read, and the child is saying, hi, I'm a girl. There's nothing like hi. It's supposed to be I am a girl. A child is reading like this. Edet live in Calabar. He is 8 years old. That is wrong English. The child can read quite well, but the child is reading with wrong pronunciation. The reading should go thus. Edith lives in Calabar. He is 8 years old. I can't remember the complete reading. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So phonics help a child to read, but if you want your child to read with great pronunciations, beautiful pronunciation, then they need diction classes. So that's why these days schools do both. They do diction and they do phonics. So that you don't just produce a child that can read, but a child that can read with correct pronunciation and can be confident to speak anywhere without people laughing at the child or feeling bad. Okay, I think we do not have any more questions. The slots are filling up, like I said. After tonight, all fees go back to 31,999 naira, and the bonuses will be off the table as well. But if you make your payment tonight, if you're still trying to decide, I can tell you this is a risk-free investment. What this means is you have nothing, absolutely nothing to lose. If after 6 weeks you do not get results, after you have done everything I ask you to do, ask for a refund and I will refund you. This is a genuine platform with over 1,300 participants on the Diction Master Academy course. And we have not had any reason for bad review or even a refund. That is because we are diligent to making sure that everything we have promised tonight is got. It is not just about showing up, it is about getting transformed. And the truth is, most times when people enroll for Diction Mastery Academy, they come back for the one-to-one class because they have got tremendous value in the Diction Mastery Academy. They would say things like, Diction Queen, I don't want to leave. Can I enroll on the one-to-one class? A bulk of our clients on the one-to-one class are from the Diction Mastery Academy. And a bulk of them from the Diction Mastery Academy are from the webinar, this webinar we just did tonight. So the same value you have got tonight for a 1,000 Naira class, I can assure you, you will get more for a 20,999 Naira course. So you have absolutely nothing to fear. If you're tired of being misunderstood, you're tired of overthinking in your head, if what I would say would come out well or not, if you're tired of always keeping quiet where it matters, there are some places that you must talk. If you don't talk, they will take you as, Yoruba will say, they will take you as in your yepere. You take you as someone who is not serious. There's some place that you must open your mouth if you don't want to fall your hand. If you're tired of running for situations like that, then the Diction Mastery Academy is the place for you to be. I guarantee you, after 6 weeks, you will be able to speak anywhere, to anyone, at any time, confidently. All you need tonight is 20,999 Naira. After tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 Naira. Plus, if you enroll tonight, you get access to all the bonuses. Here are the bonuses again. You get access to 20 short pronunciation videos. You get access to my vocabulary development PDF. You get access to my video on how to never be at a loss for word. You get access to my ebook on Know Your Silent Words. You get access to my ebook on English punctuation marks. You also get access to my ebook on 100 common grammatical errors and their corrections. You get access to my ebook on 10 commonly misused expressions and their corrections. And of course, I get access to my video on how to earn more with your diction skill. Plus, if you don't get value after 6 weeks, after you have done everything I ask you to do, I would refund how much you have paid. All you need tonight is 20,999 Naira. After tonight, the fee goes back to 31,999 Naira. For those that are interested in group coaching for their team, their staff, please reach out to me privately. Just send a message to any of the admins. We are available to work with you. Or for some of us that would prefer to be in a personalized setting, where it is just you and the diction queen, for reasons best known to you. Most of my clients on the personalized class, they want a situation whereby they can come out plain and I can work with them to get results. Unlike when you are in a group setting where you have to hide some things, some people do not even want people to know their identity, right? So if you're one of those, then the personalized coaching program is best suited for you. This allows you to pick your preferred time to learn during the week, and of course, your preferred platform. And we use a tailored-based curriculum for you. Like I said earlier, the fee is between 180,000 to 600,000 Naira. We have about 3 packages, so you can pick any of them that best suit your budget and best suit what you're trying to achieve. And of course, those that are interested in the furnished class, send a message as well. But say, man, if we are not able to pay for the 6 week class tonight to secure the other free bonuses, can we still get the free bonuses if we get to pay 31,000? Yes, please. Yes, please. Ife says, thank you, ma'am. I really enjoyed this class. Okay, thank you, everyone. Again, I'm just a call away. Just reach out to any of the admins. If you need to talk to the Diction Queen privately, I will be willing to help you. And of course, I'll be willing to help you also on our personalized coaching program. I would also be willing to walk you through the Diction Mastery Academy, which is just 20,000 Naira, 20,999 Naira at the moment. And of course, if you have opportunities where you want us to come train your staff in-house, I will be glad to do that as well. Have a great evening, everyone. The account details remain UBA 206-9725-016. Olubukola R. Agbalaya 206-9725-016. Olubukola R. Agbalaya UBA account. All you need tonight again is 20,999 Naira. The replay will be sent to the group, to everyone who made payment tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you so kindly. The admin will reach out to you first thing tomorrow to access the academy. Okay, I see another message. Okay. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye-bye, everyone.